I hope that you are having an amazing day so far. All right, so today we will be doing our grade 3 English lesson on prepositions. So we'll be doing our grade 3 English lesson on prepositions. And before we start with our grade 3 English lesson on preposition, we are going to log into aplusstudents.ca. Once we've logged into aplusstudents.ca with our username as well as our password, and then we're going to select the subject of language arts and then grade 3. All right, so once you've selected grade 3 or language arts grade 3, then you're going to scroll down up until you get to the chapter of prepositions. And that is going to be our chapter for today. So our chapter is prepositions. Our subject is English language arts. Grade 3. And the lessons that we are going to be focusing on under the chapter of prepositions is to identify prepositions. We're going to identify prepositions and their objects. We're going to identify prepositional phrases. And then we're just going to do a review on prepositions as we end off our lesson. And this lesson you can get on A, or basically we are doing our lesson on A plus students.ca. So we are doing our lesson on A plus students.ca. So which means that if you do want to go back and you want to just recap and go over the lesson, like I say, there's the chapter, subject, as well as the lessons, and then you can just go to A plus students.ca. All right. So we're going to start with our lesson, right? So a preposition. A preposition is a connecting word, right? And it comes before a noun or it comes before a pronoun, right? And the preposition, it connects it to the rest of the sentence. So preposition is a connecting word. So it connects it to the rest of the sentence. So preposition is a connecting word that comes before a noun or pronoun, sorry, and it connects it to the rest of the sentence. So the noun or the pronoun that comes after the preposition, right? We call that the object of preposition. So the object of preposition, it comes after the preposition. For example, I will call you after dinner. So I will call you after dinner. So the word, the word after, this word after, right? It is our preposition. So after it's a preposition, right? And then the word, and it basically connects the object, right? Which is dinner to the rest of the sentence. Because remember, we said that a preposition is a connecting word and it comes before the noun, and the noun over here is dinner. So dinner is our noun. So dinner is our noun, right? And it says that it comes before the noun and it connects it to the rest of the sentence. So this noun, right, that comes after the preposition, which is dinner, this is our noun. So we call this the object of preposition. So we call this the object of preposition. Right? So I will call you after dinner. And like we say, after is our preposition. And dinner, right, which is the noun, it is also the object of preposition because it says that the noun or pronoun that comes after the preposition, we call that the object of preposition. All right. And there we have the preposition is after, connects the object, which is dinner, to the rest of the sentence. So the object and the noun is dinner. We walked across the wet grass. So we walked across the wet grass. So if we identify a preposition within the sentence, and then we're going to say across is our preposition. So across is our preposition. And then it connects the object, which is grass, to the rest of the sentence. So then we say that grass or grass is it's basically our object. It is the object of preposition or it is our noun. Right? So the word wet is basically just describing it. Or it's just telling us about the noun. All right, so we see that once again, the prepositions, right, it is connecting words, right? The it connects the object to the rest of the sentence. And it comes before a noun or pronoun. And that noun or pronoun we call the object. And the object we basically connect to the rest of the sentence. Most prepositions, right, it tells us about place. So most preposition in time tells us about place, tells us about time, tells us about movement, right? But some of our preposition, it does not basically tell us about time, place, or movement. So some common prepositions are, for example, about, above, across, after, along, around, at, behind, below, beside, by, down, during, for, from, in, inside, into, near, of, on, outside, over, through, to, under, up, and with, right? So this is some of our common prepositions, right? So our common prepositions are the words that I basically just mentioned and the words that I underlined, as you can see on the screen. And we said that most of the preposition, it either tells us about time, right? Tells us about place, and it tells us about movement. That is our most of our prepositions. All right, so what time, right? I will call you after dinner, right? So I will call you after dinner. So the word after is our, in this case with time, after is our preposition. And it basically tells us when, right? It's like time. It's not telling us 5 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 2 o'clock. No, it's not telling us 5 past 3. That is not the time that we are talking about. We're just talking about either words like after, during, before, right? Those type of things. So the word after, it's a preposition of time and it basically tells us when, right? Then when it comes to place, the preposition of place. Here it is. An example is the sunglasses on the table are mine. The sunglasses on the table are mine. So the word on is our preposition of place. And on tells us where. So which means that it's like you're asking, where is my sunglasses? Sunglasses is on the table, and the table being the object, right? And remember, we said with time, time is, it basically tells you after. So time specifically, or maybe just tells you when. Place tells you where. And then we have movement, right? So movement. We walked across the wet grass. So across the wet grass. So which means that across is our preposition of movement, right? So which means that it's like saying I'm just walking across the wet grass, and grass being our object, right? Or our noun. Wet basically just describes the noun. And then, of course, we also said that most prepositions, they either tell us about time, place, or movement, but some do not. And here's an example. Other. Did you read the book about wolves? And the word about is our other preposition. All right. So that is basically prepositions, right? And we see the preposition, it's a connecting word and it comes before a noun or it comes before a pronoun and it connects it to the rest of the sentence. And we say that the noun or pronoun that comes after the preposition, we call that the object of preposition. All right. So now we're going to a+students.ca. So we're going to a+students.ca. And the first lesson that we're going to is to identify prepositions. All right, so we say the preposition, it is a connecting word that comes before a noun or a pronoun and it connects it to the rest of the sentence. And the noun or pronoun that comes after the preposition, which is the noun or pronoun, we call that the object or the object of preposition, right? And then we made a few examples. Like, for example, I will call you after dinner. So after dinner is like asking, when will you call me? I will call you after dinner. After tells us when. It tells us time. So the word after is our preposition and dinner is our object or our object of preposition. We walk across the wet grass. So the word across, it tells us that it is a preposition of movement. So basically, after, it's time, and across is movement. And we said across is a preposition and it connects it to the object, which is grass, right? And then we went over the most as well as common forms of prepositions. All right. So we not need to select one preposition within the sentence. Did you hear about the contest? Did you hear about the contest? So which means that if we identify a preposition, then we will say about is our preposition. So about is our preposition, and contest is our object or it is our noun. So contest is either the object or it is the noun. All right, if we if we look at the next one, it says select one preposition. Let's hang the mirror above the fireplace. So let's hang the mirror above the fireplace. So it's like asking, where should we hang the mirror? So where? And then you can say above the fireplace. So which means that above is our preposition and fireplace is our object. And another example is to select one preposition. 4 firefighters stood beside us. Stood beside us. So which means that beside is our preposition and us is our object. So we said beside as preposition and us is our object. All right. So remember we said that a preposition, right? It's a connecting word, right? It's a connecting word and it comes before either a noun or it comes before a pronoun and then it connects it to the rest of the sentence. And we say that the noun or pronoun that comes after the preposition, it's called the object of prepositions. And we have preposition of time, movement, as well as place. All right, now let's go to our test. So we are going to select one preposition within the sentence. Let's hang the mirror above the fireplace. So now we need to choose a preposition. Is it above or is it mirror? We need to select one preposition. Remember, it's either telling you where or when. So above or mirror. Where should we hang it? Is it above or is it mirror? So we need to select one preposition. Let's hang the mirror above the fireplace. And remember we said prepositions, it either tells us where, tells us not necessarily where, but it tells us place, it tells us time, and it tells us movement, which means that it basically tells us where, when, as well as the movements. So above. And fireplace is our object, so above. And above is correct. So well done. Above is correct. Four firefighters stood beside us. So four firefighters stood beside us. So it's like asking yourself, like, where did this firefighters stand? Where? Is it beside or is it for? So preposition. Four firefighters stood beside us. Is it beside or is it for? All right, so if we choose the one preposition and then we can say it is beside, right? Because where are they standing? Beside us. So well done. Mrs. Baldwin always smiles at her. Mrs. Baldwin always smiles at her. Is it at or her? Remember, we said that a preposition either tells us about time, about place, about movement, or just other. So which means that if we select our one preposition, is it at or her? All right, so if we select the one preposition, then we can say it is at. Remember, we said a preposition comes before the noun or comes before the pronoun. A preposition comes before the noun or before the pronoun. So which means that we will say it is at. we need to select the one preposition. It snowed 6 inches during the night. It snowed 6 inches during the night. So we need to select the preposition. Is it during or is it night? Remember we said that our preposition, it comes before the noun. And that noun or pronoun that comes after the preposition, we call that the object. So it snowed 6 inches during the night. Is it during or night? All right, so if we select the one preposition, and then we will say it is during, because night is our object. And during is correct, so well done. All right, so that was us identifying prepositions, right? And we said that preposition, it is connecting words, right? And it comes before the noun. And we said the words that comes after the preposition, we call that the object of preposition. So now we're going to identify prepositions and their objects. So we now need to, before we go on to selecting the preposition, remember we said that an object of preposition is the noun, right? So we said a preposition is a connecting word and it comes before the noun or it comes before the pronoun and it connects it to the rest of the sentence. But now the noun or the pronoun that comes after the preposition, we call that the object of preposition. So the object of preposition is basically our noun that comes after our preposition, and it's usually at the end of the sentence. The well has no water in it. So the well has no water in it. So if we look at that sentence, right, in is our preposition. And remember, we said that our noun or object of preposition comes after. It comes after the preposition. So which means that we can say it is our object of preposition. So it's the object of preposition. All right. So now we need to select the preposition. Tara and Justin live near Landbury. So we can basically then say it is near. So Tara and Justin, they live near Landbury. So where do they live? Near. which means that our preposition is near, right? And Landberry is our object of preposition. All right, so now let's go to our test. Remember we said that the object of preposition, it comes after the preposition, right? It is basically the noun. So you need to basically identify your preposition first and then the word after your noun or after your preposition, or let's say the noun after your preposition. That is the object of preposition. All right, let's go to our test. So we need to select the preposition. We need to select the preposition. Wolves usually travel in packs. Wolves usually travel in packs. So wolves usually travel in packs. Is it in or packs? That is the preposition. In or packs. We need to select the preposition. All right, so if I select the preposition, then we can say it is in. Right? It is in. And packs is our object of preposition. All right. The birthday gift is from me. So the birthday gift is from me. Is it from being the preposition and me being the noun or the object of preposition? So we see that the birthday gift is from me. So if we select the preposition, then what do you think is the preposition within that sentence? Is it from or is it me? From or is it me? All right, so we can say that the preposition is from. So from being our preposition. So well done. Many animals, they hunt at night. So many animals, they hunt at night. So what is our preposition within that sentence? Is it at or is it hunt? The preposition that comes before the noun or the object. So is it at or is it hunt? All right, so if we select the correct preposition, we can say it is at. So many animals hunt at night. So if we look at the preposition, then we can say it is at. Well done. The firefighter drive trucks with ladders. So the firefighters, they drive trucks with ladders. So do we need to select with or do we select the as our preposition? So we will choose with, right? So with being our preposition, we cheered loudly for them. Is it for or is it them? Which one is the correct preposition? So if we select the preposition, we are going to say it is for. All right. So that was us identifying prepositions and their objects. Now we're going to identify prepositions, or let's say prepositional phrases. And remember, we said that a preposition is a connecting word that comes before a noun or pronoun and it connects it to the rest of the sentence. So if we select the two prepositional phrases, it says, can snakes swim underwater? Can snakes swim underwater? We need to select the two words that make up the prepositional phrase. All right, so if we select the two words, that is the prepositional phrase, and then we can say under and water. So it is basically under and it is water. That is our prepositional phrase. We need to select two words that make up a prepositional phrase. Kayla and Leslie leave on Friday. They leave on Friday. We need to select the two words that make up a prepositional phrase. Two words. So we can say it is on and Friday. So on and Friday. That is our prepositional phrase, which means that it's a preposition and it is our object. All right, so if we select the two words and then we say it is on and it is Friday. That is our two prepositions. All right, let's go and do our test. So can snakes swim underwater? We need to select the two words that make up a prepositional phrase. Can snakes swim underwater? Is it under and water or can and snakes? We need to select the words that make up a prepositional phrase. Is it under and water or so if we look at the two words that make up the prepositional phrase, then we can say it is under and water. So under and water is our prepositional phrase, which means that it's basically telling us where or when, and it is also giving the name of a friend. The object, sorry. The boys played computer games for hours. We need to select the two words that make up the prepositional phrase. The boys played computer games for hours. Is it for and hours or the boys? All right, so if we look at the prepositional phrase, we will say it is for and hours. Alexa will bring a friend with. We need to select the two words that makes up a prepositional phrase. Alexa will bring her friend with. Is it with her or will? The two words that make up a prepositional phrase. Two words. Is it with and her or just will? So is it with her or will? That is our prepositional phrase. So if we select the two words that make up a prepositional phrase, we will say it with and her, because that is our preposition plus our object. All right, so that is correct. All right, so we said a preposition is a connecting word, right? And it comes before a noun or it comes before a pronoun. And we say that the noun or the pronoun that comes after the preposition, we call that the object of preposition. And the prepositional phrase, right? It is usually your preposition and it is your object or your noun. All right, so this is now the end of our lesson on preposition. Thank you very much for joining the class, and you should have a good day further. Goodbye.